Hello once again, fellow friends. First, we're going to start off with this week got cut a little short with our pantry challenge because Nathan got sick at the beginning of the week. Madison got sick at the end of the week. Luckily, it was like only something that lasted 3 days, which was great. But still, it messed up with dinners. So we're going to do a quesadilla, enchilada, burrito type thing in a meatloaf pan. So you're just going to take your tortilla, you're going to take rice, you're going to take your spicy tomatoes or just regular tomatoes if you don't like spice, your red enchilada sauce, or you can also use your green enchilada sauce. Then we're going to put down refried beans because we weren't doing so well with food. So I stuck with beans, but sometimes we'll put chicken in here, sometimes we'll put meat, ground beef, or also if I make a pot roast and we have leftovers, I will put the shredded up pot roast meat in here. So it is totally versatile. Make it however you want. And you're just going to continue to layer everything. You just layer it until you get to the top. White rice and beans and some mild tomatoes. It goes good on a tummy that isn't so good. So he did pick out all the tomatoes. It was interesting. It's already kind of disassembled, but he disassembles it even more to eat it. But this is always a winner. Kids always love it. And it takes little to no effort to put together. And then you just put this in your oven at 375 with some tinfoil on the top of it until it is basically warmed through because everything's cooked. So you're just looking to warm it back up, essentially. You can either put some sour cream on this when it is all done, or you could put some more enchilada sauce, or you can also put some salsa on it. I put some hot salsa with some extra jalapenos because nobody in the house likes spicy, but I do. But we can put things on afterwards. Yes, we can. It doesn't mean you always have to cook with spicy. You just have to add it after. Maybe once in a while, maybe when the kids get older, they'll grow a taste for spicy food. And I won't be the only one eating spicy food. But then also, when you're done with this, you're going to have leftovers of rice, beans, salsa. Make some burritos and wrap them up in tin foil. Put them in your freezer. And when you feel like a burrito, like a homemade burrito, it is just so easy to take that out, put it on your counter, let it sit there for about 15, 20 minutes, unwrap it, put it on a plate, stick it in your microwave, and you have a nice burrito, a homemade burrito. Or if you don't want to do all of this in the meatloaf pan, go ahead and make them all into burritos. Whatever you don't eat that day for dinner, please wrap up. Don't throw away. Wrap it up in some tin foil, just like this. Wrap it up in some tin foil. Stick it in your freezer. These make great lunches when either you're at work or you're home by yourself and you're doing a whole bunch of stuff in the kitchen by yourself and you're like, my tummy is a little grumbly right now, so let's just pull out one of those burritos. I will make one of those burritos. And here, because I was making it for myself, I took some hot salsa instead of the mild tomatoes and I put hot salsa on it. These were so good. So, again, spice them up however you want. You want to put chicken on here. You want to put beef on here. You want to put shredded beef on here. You want to put pork in it. Go ahead. Make it your own. Spice it up. Deck it out to what you prefer and what you like. Right now, I am cooking for a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old. Their taste buds are a little bit milder. This is what it looks like in the inside. Here's Madison. She just came in from outside playing. And she's like, all right. She dipped it in her little bit of enchilada sauce we put on the side. And it is a win and a score in her book. She's my toughest critic, but she loves it. Here's Nathan. He just came out from underneath his blankets, staying warm. Came out. Again, as you see, he disassembled the whole thing. There's tomatoes off on the side. And he's going to pick out a tomato out of his mouth. But he likes it. He just doesn't like the tomatoes. On another night, we took some pork out of the freezer. And we were going to make pork chops. So I took my homemade, home-canned onion soup. And then I took a jar of canned mushrooms, put it in there, added some water and chicken broth. Added some extra garlic powder. Because, you have to season it up just a little bit. And then I took some extra chopped onions because my onions from my garden are starting to go. So I'm trying to use them up in everything. But we got our starts and we're going to be excited to plant soon. After this sat and cooked for about 3-4 hours on high, that's when I added the extra little bit. Then I put it on low and it cooked for about another hour. And then dinner was served. Here is an easy hack for this cornbread. Okay, so you don't really like cornbread. Great. But you're going to take that one egg, you're going to take that milk, and instead of water, you're just going to take that entire jar of corn and pour it in there. Yep, and that's going to make cornbread for you. Nice, chunky cornbread. It gives it a different texture. It gives it a different flavor. And you get chunks of corn in it. So it's kind of oddly, weirdly like a hush puppy, but not completely deep fried. And this night, Nathan still wasn't feeling the best of best. But Madison did enjoy her pork chop. She's not a fan of mushrooms yet. Nathan is, though. But he ate some mushrooms later on in the day. Also, in this week, on our property, we have a whole bunch of dead trees that are kind of looking like they're going to fall over. So we are slowly cutting them down and cutting them up and putting them on pallets, starting to season the wood for next year. This is a cedar tree. It was anticlimactic. After I paused it, it did go funk and fell. And Michael's gotten a lot better with the chainsaw. He just kind of buzzes through it really quick now. Boop, boop, boop. Pretty good. Also on this week, it was a warmer day. It was up in the 70s. So we turned off the fireplace and we gave it a good cleaning. This is Michael and his hands with the chimney sweep. Not a lot came out, but I'd rather on warm days take it out, clean it, instead of having a fire. So, we've cleaned it now twice. Again, as you see, there's not a lot of soot. He does go all the way up to the top. Nathan has a fun time sucking it all out. He thinks it's the bee's knees. It was also Nathan's birthday this week. So, Madison, of course, had to make his birthday cake. Nathan wanted a chocolate birthday cake with chocolate icing with chocolate chips. Madison was like, why can't we make a strawberry one or a vanilla one? Because she is not a chocolate fan. She is not a chocolate girl. I'm not a chocolate girl. I'm more of like the gummies type of person. So, I like your gummy worms and your nerd gummies. Stuff like that. And she is too. We'll eat like strawberry cakes and some pineapple cakes. But Nathan, man, he loves his chocolate. But she did a good job. She took all the ingredients. She mixed them all up. I'm just making sure there's no lumps left in it. We're going to pour it into this fancy bundt cake. Because Madison's like, I want to make a fancy cake. I don't want to make a plain round cake. Those are boring. I said, let's see what we got. And I had a bundt cake pan, and she's like, that's perfect. So we made a chocolate birthday cake in a bundt pan. You know, there's no rules in baking. You can put it in whatever shape you want. There's fun shapes. You can put them in the shapes of a bunny. I think we have a bunny somewhere. I think we did that one year for Easter. But then we put it in here, we put it in the oven, and it rose, and it came off fluffy. And then we mixed up some icing, some chocolate icing. She couldn't get all of it out of the bowl, so she gave me the spatula, and I just started to scrape the little bit that's left over. But she put the whisk off to the side, and we'll hand that off to Nathan, even though he's over there not feeling his best of best yet. And she will lick the spatula and the bowl. But then here we are with the cream cheese chocolate icing that we mixed up, and she is just lathering all on. Nathan did muster up enough energy to eat his birthday cake. He also wanted masticcioli for dinner, but he didn't want the sauce on the noodles. He just wanted plain noodles, which I was like, okay, you still have an upset tummy. I get it. I got it. But our little boy turned 6.
Happy birthday
it's exciting.
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nathan. Happy birthday to you.
Where's the candle?
Yay!
Yay!
And that was our week this week. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe because we got more videos coming. Hopefully, more videos without sick kids.